I hope that everybody had a terrific week. Rabbi Yaakov Galinsky once had a Russian couple gravitate towards his base medrash. They were very excited to welcome them in and to try to bring them closer to the Jewish lifestyle. And it seemed that things were going well until one Friday night after a powerful Seudah. One of the Talmidim looked out the window and saw that down the block, where apparently they thought that they wouldn't be seen, they saw this couple get into a cab. And Rabbi Yaakov Galinsky thought to himself, maybe it's not going in. Maybe the lessons aren't penetrating as deep as we thought. Maybe they're not as bought in as we thought. And it kind of created a bit of coldness in the base medrash the next few times that they came. So it seemed that the Talmidim were feeling not as warm and not as enthusiastic about having them there, knowing that this couple was pulling the wool over their eyes. The couple sensed that they weren't as welcome as they used to be, and they stopped coming. A few months later, the husband passed away. The wife was sitting Shiva, and Rabbi Galinsky thought that he should go pay a Shiva call. So he went and asked the widow, "Did your husband always have heart problems?" So she said, it's funny. He never had heart problems. The first time it ever showed up was one Friday night. We were in the base medrash. We were having such an unbelievable Seudah with you guys. And my husband was very aware. He felt something was wrong with his heart. So we quickly hailed down a cab, and we got into a cab to take him to the hospital. From then, every now and then, there seemed to be heart issues until ultimately he met his fate. Sometimes things are not the way that they seem, or not the way that we see them. Sometimes it might look like something's really awesome, and underneath, behind the scenes, it's a little less good. And sometimes something might be really awful, but really what's going on is really great. In this case, it seemed, we saw with our own eyes, the family is being Mechal Shabbos. But really, there's a very serious and very good reason for that. And our impression, and especially the actions that followed, were inaccurate, were inappropriate. This could explain perhaps so many questions that revolve around the Meraglim. I'll share that in my humble opinion. This is one of my favorite divrei Torah on the entire Torah I heard from Rabbi Binyamin Yudin. He said, when Moshe sent the Meraglim, why did Moshe even give the Meraglim options? HaTorah hi imra'ah, is this good or bad? Why did Moshe say, listen, okay, Bnei Yisrael, you want spies to go into the land to make sure that everything's going to be good? Fine. Let's send the spies just so that you'll be comfortable. Go, I'm telling you, everything's going to be great. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be good. Come back, bring the report. We'll go into Eretz Yisrael, and Shalom al Yisrael. And Jewish history would have been changed forever. Why did Moshe even put the idea in their heads that there's an option of ra'ah? HaTorah hi o ra'ah. There is it good or bad. So Rabbi Yudin pointed out, if we look carefully at the Torah, and this goes a long way also to tell us about how specific the Torah is about its words. Look at the words. Moshe never said to the Meraglim, Moshe never said to the spies, go look and see if the land is Tovah o ra'ah. The word o, or, that's the o is the Hebrew word that we use for options. That's not what Moshe said. Moshe said to the Meraglim, HaTorah hi im aleph mem, im ra'ah. Since when does aleph mem mean or? We know that aleph mem means if. HaTorah hi im ra'ah. Says Rabbi Yudin, Moshe was telling the spies something very important. You're going to go to Eretz Yisrael and there's going to be complications. It's going to be, it's not, is it going to be good or bad? I'm telling you it's going to be bad. You're going to see giants. It's going to be hot. It's going to be deserts. It'll be impossible to make a parnasa. There might be certain dangers involved. And how are our kids going to grow up? And there's going to be a whole lot of questions about living in Eretz Yisrael. Moshe said to the spies, our challenge is, HaTorah hi, can we see the good? Even im ra'ah. Even if and when it looks bad, can we still see the good inside? This is part of the Eretz Yisrael, the greatness or the trick of Eretz Yisrael. Hashem just did a Yitzias Mitzrayim and a Kriyas Yamsov and Har Sinai, and we saw Hashem's hand openly, like as if he was our neighbor, right on our side all the way. But Hashem says that's not the way it goes in Eretz Yisrael. In Eretz Yisrael, things are a little bit hidden. We have to find Hashem, but we have to find Hashem. He's not going to be out there in the open, but we have to see that sometimes, even though things might be difficult and challenging, but Hashem is there, and this is the place where we want to be, and everything's ultimately going to be really awesome. Easy to find issues and easy to find problems. more challenging, but maybe more godly, for us to be able to look beyond the problems to see if we can see the greatness and the treasures that are lying within. You read some of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help all of us, especially when considering Eretz Yisrael. Hashem should help all of us be able to see the good, so that we can understand. The Meraglim didn't bring back, they didn't lie. They reported back exactly what they saw, but sometimes Hashem should help us be able to see beyond what we see, to be able to find and focus on the good. Have a great Shabbos.